You're not broken. I know you've been beating yourself up that why am I like this? Why can't I just be normal around people? Why am I so nervous? Why am I so anxious around people? And you beat yourself up thinking you're weird or what's wrong with me, and then you just end up crawling even further into your shell, and you spend most of your time in the safety of your room. You deny social events. You even not go to school when something's on. I used to do that, man. If it was like athletics day or something, like where there's people everywhere, I would stay at home. I'd say it's useless. And athletics day, you don't study, we don't do shit. And I convinced myself that that was the reason. But in the back of my head, I knew that it was just uncomfortable to be around loads of people. And you've probably had this too, where there's like a social event coming up, or there's a party, there's like a family party, a family gathering. You stress about it weeks beforehand, and then when you get there, when it finally comes the day, you're like around your family, around people, and you're literally sweating. I remember on Christmas, bro, I was literally sweating. For so long, I'd convinced myself that I was an introvert and I just would rather not hang out with people. I like being alone. But the truth is, like, we all need people. People need people. It's like biologically in our brain that we need to be around people. And that's why when we stay inside and we end up escaping to the internet, and then we get social connection through videos like this, with people through videos, our favorite influences, instead of with actual people, which is fucking sad. And for so long, I even didn't join the gym. I convinced myself that, oh yeah, it's not efficient, and I have to travel to the gym, and I'd rather just work out at home. And then a couple months ago, when I finally realized that I was actually socially anxious, that I was shit around people, and that's when I ended up beating myself up, thinking there was something wrong with me. But there isn't. You learned something in your childhood or in the past that made you associate being around with people with danger, with shame, with bad feelings, if that makes sense. When you were being yourself, you might have got bullied or something in school, and so now the next time you're around with people, you're even more insecure about yourself because of the fact that you were bullied as a child. So now the next time you're around with people, you're more insecure about the things that those bullies pointed you out on. And so that affected the rest of your life. And because you had that association, you spent more time inside, locked away. So you're not weird, there's nothing wrong with you for being anxious around people. You just went through some shit, basically. And knowing that makes it easier to understand yourself, and makes it easier to overcome this. Forgiving yourself, for being okay with the fact that you're a bit anxious, and realizing that you're not weird, that there's nothing wrong with you, that you just went through some shit when you were younger. It makes it easier for you to process and overcome this. So that when you're aware of this, the next time you have to go out, the next time you have to be somewhere, you can be aware of the fact that you probably are going to be a bit anxious, and you want to improve being around with people. It's probably going to be shit the first couple of times. Know that the more that you continue to put yourself out, the more you continue to be around with people, good people, by the way, good fucking people, the more you can reprogram yourself to make social situations, instead of equaling bad, making it equal good. And then the more that you put yourself out, the more that your brain will reprogram, the better you'll get, the more you will adapt, and the more you'll get used to it. And know that the anxiety doesn't last forever. It goes away. Like, you know, when you won a trophy as a kid, you're not still happy about it now, right? You have to do something else to feel happy again. You have to win something else. You have to get the grade now, right? That feeling doesn't last forever. It's the same with the anxiety. That one event that created your anxiety in the past, whatever it is, bullying, parents, when you're just being yourself, you were told to stop it, to shut up and just be normal instead of being yourself. And now you're closed off to people. So the more that you continue to go out, be social, hang out with good people, the more your brain will absorb the social situations, and the more you will learn to be more of yourself, to be more comfortable, because you experienced all those negative situations, those negative things with people, and the way you were programmed in the past made you think that it would be uncomfortable to be around people, so you stayed inside, right? So the more that you go out there, the more you hang out with good people, and you get more comfortable being around the right people, the more you learn to enjoy social situations, right? And obviously, if it's a shit person, instantly fucking leave, all right? Life's too short to hang around people like that who used to be like your bullies and shit. Like, goddamn, bro, don't do that, man. And I know it's fucking hard, and I know you sweat, and I know you want to pull out every single time you put yourself out there, every single time you're around people. It's uncomfortable, but now that you're aware of it, you're going to be okay with the fact that it's going to be bad the first time. You can take some breaths, take some deep breaths. Breathe out slowly. And now you can go into there with a bit more relaxation. I know it's hard, but what I want you to do is don't make the same mistake as me. Try to do too much too fast. And I would always have like one social thing that I would organize, right? I'd hang out with a bunch of people, and then my energy would be drained and I wouldn't do it again. I'd stay inside again for days and days. And then I would hype it up in my head for me, I need to do this again, I need to hang out with more people again. And I'd make the situation so hard socially that I wouldn't even want to do it. So what I want you to do is to start small. You don't have to organize with your friends if you don't want to go out. You don't have to start making massive conversations with people straight away to overcome it. You can start small. Start with just talking with your family, right? Like, because I used to never do that, and sometimes even still struggle with it today. Stay in the room, work, do schoolwork, or do these videos, reading, do all that in my room, which is great, right? Good habits, but I would barely even talk with my family, right? So maybe even just start with that. You don't have to start with massive things. You can ask a stupid, like, brain dead question at the dinner table, like, well, how was work, or something like that. How was that? How was this? How was your day? Like, stupid brain dead questions. Start small, right? When you go outside, you can start by just making eye contact with people. You have to talk to them. You can make eye contact, smile, that's it. And then I know, bro, like, I've read the same thing where you're like, oh fuck, but my smile might be weird, my smile is this, blah blah blah. Overthinking, right? Just be uncomfortable, right? It's gonna be uncomfortable looking at people's eyes, right? It's gonna be a bit uncomfortable. Look into the eyes and you just smile, right? Like, instead of having the mindset that you're bettering your social skills and having that selfish reason, just smiling and making eye contact with people to make people's days better. Not for you to overcome your social anxiety, right? Because the more self-centered we are, the harder it is to beat this. So instead, make it for the person. So we're starting small, and we're looking at people, and we're just smiling, because if that smile might make their day better, like, genuinely enough. If they don't smile back, if they don't make eye contact, it's okay, right? It's not because there's anything wrong with you. It's because they probably have a bad day and they don't even want to make eye contact with people, right? You start small. Start with just making eye contact with people, smiling, just nodding or something like that, right? Something small, and then you can do that every single day and build your way up. And then start saying hi, start saying how you're doing, and then starting to make an excuse to talk to people. So I do this thing where I put my gymnastic rings, the park, right, on a tree, in the walkway where people walk past, and it's a complete excuse, right? Because doing the workout and they're right there on the walkway, and it's like, that's the best excuse ever. It's like, hi, how you doing? How's your day? What's up? What's going on? Like, and instead of doing it with the mindset that you're the selfish mindset that, oh yeah, you're improving your social skills and you're beating social anxiety, like, yeah, you are, but you're also doing it to make people's days better. Like, genuinely, in this day and age, like, how many people do that? How many people start conversations? How many people smile at each other, like, actually acknowledge other people's presence, you know? Not many people do that. You doing that kind of just makes people's days better. You really think about it. Having the mindset that you're probably affecting people in a good way is better. It's like switching it around from you being anxious and you being, oh, what, is there anything wrong with me, and all that shit that I used to do, and you probably still do as well if you're watching this. Flipping it around and making it for people, that you're just making their days better, just like, and if it just makes you that much less anxious, that much more comfortable. So do that, have that mindset, start small, work your way up. And then the more that you say hi, the more you make eye contact and smile, the more comfortable you're gonna get. And the more you find reasons to talk to people, put gymnastic rings on a tree, or you're at the gym or something and you see someone that you've seen before, you're like, oh, I've seen you before, what's your name? Hi, so how you doing? What workout are you hitting? Like, small things like that, right? Find reasons to talk to people, and obviously build yourself up. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to go into massive, like, social situations or organize events. Like, you can work your way up to that. Start small, because if you start, like, at the end, it's like when you go to the gym and it's without even warming up, without even getting stronger. Like, when you first go to the gym and you can't even bench one plate, you know, bench the 1 plate straight away. You bench the bar and then you get to 30 kgs. Bar's 20, get to 30, get to 40. You work yourself up. You don't just start like at the big social situation, like organizing an event and getting all stressed. Start small. Because if you start there, you're gonna get overwhelmed. The next time it's time for you to go out, you're not gonna want it. So change your mindset. It's not for you. It's not like you being anxious about yourself. It's about making people feel better, acknowledging people's presence when everyone's so used to everyone being brain dead and just on their phones all the time. No one talks to them because people are lonely. And you being that person that actually acknowledges other people's presence, that makes people feel better. And then start small. Start with saying hi, start with eye contact. And then you can level up to the harder things over time. And also, like I said, the anxiety doesn't last forever. Just like you winning that trophy when you're 4 years old, that happiness. Getting that certificate for something when you're 4, that didn't last forever. Just the same way that trauma you went through when you were younger doesn't last forever. You'll get better the more you put yourself out there and the more your brain will reprogram itself. I really hope that video helps you. And I'll see you soon.